It's good stuff. It really is good. It's honestly perfect.
Welcome back, everybody.
We are so happy to be back here in the studio again today. And as you heard, finally, we have some more production to the show, a little bit of non-copyrighted intro music, and we'll have some outro music coming for you. That's from Bill and Drew. Make sure you check them out on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, I think even too. I don't know, but I'll double check with them. But there are some guys I went to school with that they make some original music, and they are really, really good. They had a couple other bands prior to this one when we were in high school, and I still have all their CDs. That's really good shit. I can't tout it enough.
Tom's been a fan for a long time.
Tom has been a fan for a long time.
Tom has been.
Yeah. But Tom's a has-been.
Our guest on the podcast.
That's
Tom
right.
has been.
But Bill and Drew are not has-beens. I'll let you know that. And they're gaining some serious traction and steam, so make sure you check them out.
I mean, they're about to be present bins.
They are presence bins.
Presbyterian, yeah.
Yeah. That probably that. Protestant, at the very least. I don't know.
I'll show up on time.
Sure. Well, either way, we're happy to be back here. Make sure you check Bill and Drew out.
Oh, yeah.
And don't forget to call 412-613-1116 for the YINZBOYZ hotline. And as usual, all of our socials, Instagram, Snapchat, Instagram, Snapchat, and visit the website, YINZBOYZ.com, and our email, therealyinzboyz@gmail.com for any of your lewd pictures or lunacy or debauchery. Is it debauchery or debauchery? Debauchery.
He saves the dick pics.
Yeah, but I make a wall. It's actually behind the camera. You can't see. I have a wall of all the ones that have been sent.
It's probably behind the soundproofing because you don't want me to see. Because if I saw it, I there's no way we can't. I'm not having this. I'm not going to stand for this, dude. You know. But like I said, whatever Ken does in the privacy of his own home or garage, not the studio though, but anywhere else, it's fine.
Of course. I know. At least I have a ton of things to unpack. I've been gone. Last week we didn't record. We got you an episode out there. We always will.
Naturally.
But we were not in the studio last week. I was on a trip with my wife, a little getaway to the Poconos.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful area.
It's very, very nice out there.
Explain to the people where that is, because some people might not. International listeners.
That's true. So
explain geographically where we are.
Geographically, we are Western Pennsylvanian based, right?
Appalachia.
Correct. And actually, a lot of people get that wrong.
I'll claim that.
But no, it is. It's actually true because I looked up a map not too long ago. There's a difference between the Appalachian Mountains versus Appalachia itself, which is a region that surrounds a lot.
Massive.
Yeah. It's all in the outskirts, believe it or not. The Appalachian Mountains are still where we are right now. We're just in the higher elevation.
They're not mountains. Let's be real. The Appalachian Mountains, not real mountains. There's not snow on top of them year round. They're not real mountains. Glorified hills.
I would agree talking about it in the 21st century, right? But this is where I disagree is because the Rockies are mountains, right? Those are fucking bangers. Yeah. However, they're newer. Appalachia.
No.
Yes.
Because they've been here when I've been here. It can't be that new.
Okay. All right. The Appalachian Mountains are significantly older. It's the way that the Earth's tectonic plates and everything.
They were formed by glaciers back in the day. I don't want to go through a whole history lesson.
Well, I'm just saying the Appalachian Mountains were as big as the Rockies, if not bigger.
I don't know. They've been pretty small. It sounds like you're trying to. I'm the Rocky Mountains. You're the Appalachians. Is what you're trying to say?
No,
that's what it sounds like.
No,
I'm like Rocky 3-4. Like really.
Where's your career now, Rocky?
Well, I'm a washed up actor. I was on the island.
Spent all your money. Well, done.
No, he's still.
Is that Stallone?
Sty's got plenty of money, dude.
Anyways, don't let me get off topic. Let me just tell you real quick that I don't care what you say. The Appalachian Mountains. Beautiful. Yes, they're small. They're puny compared to the Rockies. However,
doesn't matter.
They're older. They're bigger. They were big one time. They were here before the Rockies were here.
Technically, yes, they were formed before the Rockies.
Correct,
yes.
And they would have been bigger.
Well,
because the Rockies weren't formed.
That's up for they're not bigger than the Rockies now. It doesn't matter what was back then, what was now.
But think about the story. The Rockies, like your toddler, your 3-year-old toddler, where the Appalachians are like the wise 60-year-old man that's been in the business for a while.
Sounds very predatory, is what it sounds like. He's been in the business for a while. You know, his name's Jeff. He's very nice. You know, I don't know how he got his money, how he got his billions, but you know.
Well, consulting mostly, I bet.
Yeah, consulting and blackmail, extortion, but you know,
sure, and probably a little this.
Well, of course,
yeah. I don't know.
But the Appalachian Mountains are beautiful, though.
Yes, they are. They're very pretty. I have a lot of pictures. I didn't even get to show you yet.
I'm excited to check them out.
We'll talk about the trip I had out there. There's a couple other topics we want to get into, but we'll roll into everything. How do you want to start this fantastic show? It's nice to see you again, by the way.
It's great to see you. But we've already... maybe we won't talk about it in this episode, but I mean, I haven't seen you for a long time.
Of course.
I mean, you look good.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
How was your trip?
So
it's what I want to know.
I guess we'll roll right into it.
Because I mean, we're talking about it. I feel like
may as well. So
it's relevant.
We just did a long weekend where the kiddo was away. We haven't been away, Jacqueline and I, by ourselves since Sadie's been born.
You need it.
Yeah, we just needed a little bit of a trip. So drove out there after work on a Thursday night. From here ish, not too bad. You know, it's
probably
like
5-6 hours.
It's actually less. But
how long?
From my house here.
Okay, yeah, you're a little farther. You're right by
4 hours
by something, and
yeah,
you can get
4 hours.
Okay,
easy.
yeah.
It's 80 the whole way. You know.
Well, yeah, $80,000, but
yeah,
who's counting?
Sure. The town is called Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. Okay, it's a pretty old town. I'm sure you're familiar with a lot of the.
So for people that don't know, that whole part of the United States, that east coast, was like where the first colonies, like some of the earliest Europeans in the United States.
Oh yeah,
from that time period, because I think people were here earlier than that. But,
100% they were. Yeah,
but that was like the colonies were all in that area. So
yep.
there's a lot of history there.
Of course. We rolled in a little late because by the time I get out of work, drop the kiddo off.
Standard procedure.
Yeah. I think we rolled in and checked in around like 9:30 p.m. And at that time, Daddy's looking for a drink, right? You know, it's a long work day.
I would never drink and drive, but yeah, I would be thirsty.
Well, that's why. I mean,
let's say you
parked the car.
You're jonesing for it.
So, first experience or first impression, if you will, the place. We're gonna get shot here. Is literally
really.
Oh yeah,
interesting.
Run down.
I mean, I'm not really for guns or anything like that.
Not me either.
No, never.
But I was like, holy fuck! Like this.
Interesting.
Not one person in the streets. Now it reminds me of the south side of Pittsburgh, right?
Interesting.
So it's like a lot of bars, a lot of build up, a lot of like lights and things going on.
It used to be probably heavy, not industrial, but I'm sure there was mining operations.
I'm sure.
Oil and gas shit up there.
I'm sure. So Jacqueline and I were she's never fazed by it, but Jacqueline's Jacqueline.
She also worked down in the south side.
Of course. Well, so did I.
Long time. Well, yeah, but you didn't really carry a gun back then.
I
kind of
always carried a gun. Oh my Lord.
I'm aware.
But so either way, she's unfazed. I'm like, it just doesn't. It's too quiet. Right now, keep in mind it's a Thursday night, but guess what? Southside Thursday night is still,
but small town.
Wouldn't you see one person walking?
Yeah, well, man, maybe not in Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania.
It's bigger than you think, though.
I know.
This town,
It's not a suburb of Philly, but it's
actually closer.
It's pretty close. It's probably 45 minutes from Philly, give or take.
And this will blow your mind. We were about 10-minute drive from New Jersey border.
Yeah.
So that's just like kind of where the point. Yeah,
far east of the state. Yeah.
So whatever. I hate to be too judgy, especially in Newtown. I do a lot of traveling, right? So for the business that
Ken's kind of cultured. For those of you that don't know,
I should say traveling in the 48, or lower 48,
the continental United States.
That's it. Yeah, because I'm not going to say I'm very worldly traveled because I'm definitely not. But I've been in more cities than I can count in the United States, and this is one of those ones. It was just something doesn't feel right. It almost feels like an Appalachian documentary.
Something was a little off. You thought you were going to get Jeffrey Dahmer.
Sure. Well,
you wanted the Jeffrey Dahmer, but when you got there, you thought you were going to get Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, the tables turned, if you will.
Yeah, you know. I don't know who was on the table, who was off the table.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah, sure. They all were. So
everything was.
We talked to the concierge that's at the hotel. Is it actually pretty?
Concierge.
It actually was a really nice hotel.
It actually, honestly, a very famous hotel out there.
I didn't know that.
Not famous, but like it's well known.
Okay, well, turned out really well, and we're
historic.
Yes, that's true. We checked in.
You didn't get haunted, did you?
I don't think so.
Okay, just
maybe towards the end of the story.
Just asking.
But we checked in, came back down. We're hungry as a hostage. I just want to find someone that has food. So Jacqueline goes and talks to the front desk girl, concierge, if you will. Excuse me.
How busty was she?
Oh, it's pretty busty. Yeah, pretty busty.
Pretty
busty. Wide though too. They usually are symbiotic.
Okay, so next question.
So hey, look, we're hungry. Where can we go? Hey, walk through these 2 alleys.
It sounds like she would know where to go.
Well, she knew exactly. She said, hey, you still have an hour and a half before the kitchen closes. Walk right out of the store, make a right, walk through 2 alleyways, and at the end of it, make a left. And I was like, okay, it's called, I'm not going to plug them, but, place down there.
Oddly specific, but yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, okay. And then I
believe it, yeah.
Jacqueline says, well, if it's that bad here, not to her, we were walking out, but if it's that bad here, she wouldn't tell you to walk down these alleys, because I'm telling you, these alleys were like this wide,
standard old city alley.
Exactly, yeah. So get through it, don't see a soul, whatever. Get to the place, find I see a little neon sign that has the name of the joint on it. Yeah, that's it. So there's like no cars parked there. It's like the backside of a house. Like this joint, this kitchen bar thing is like the bottom of a house, like duplex sort of thing. Pretty standard for cities, right?
I was going to say, if you go into, there's apartments above everything.
Yeah.
In any street.
But this was like a house, like a big house turned.
Yeah, not a row house, but like an actual house.
Oh, yeah. Which, like I said, very common for especially old Pennsylvania.
Old construction. Yeah. Well, those houses are so fucking big. Like
huge, man. No one needs a house that big.
I do.
Maybe for the amount of firearms.
Well, because I need to get that big,
Sure, so I can move around in it.
Well, I want to be comfortable.
Yeah. So I see it. The stairs up to the place in the back. It's like, this looks like it. The lights on. The neon lights on. So I bust open the door, and there's a breezeway, and there's someone. It's like a hanging wool. Like like
a bead door.
Yeah, but it was just a blanket, like a big wool heavy blanket. I was like, "What? Are we going into some fucking smut?"
It's an opium den.
Yeah, something.
That's what it is.
So I push it, and it's like heavy. It's like real heavy wool blanket sort of thing. That's
it sounds pretty nice. You should take it on your way out.
To be honest with you, looking back on it, it's probably because of like insulation from the cold weather.
Yeah, I agree.
It was real grunge. Excuse me.
Very cool.
Walk in. And it's a dive, right? Like think about Bob's, but the
places we love.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I'm all about it. So I felt at home.
It's going to be cheap.
There's 2 people at the bar, I think. A couple people in the back playing pool and whatever.
Oh, there's a pool table?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Classic dive bar, right? Yep. So sit at the bar, and it was it. That was basically the end of that evening for the most part, because we were late.
Yeah.
Good. The food was great. There was one thing though. There's a tradition out there, and I have to pull up my phone because that's what screwed me up. I can't. My phone's fucking doing a video.
Recording. I can look it up. What are you looking for?
So no, nothing. But I went in there. So you go to most bars, and they're like, "Hey, you're in a Mexican bar. They give you like nachos and cheese." Kind of like while you're waiting for
like
food.
a bar food, or like a snack. Yeah.
While you're waiting for an entree
snack.
that you ordered, or they give you nuts. Like peanuts is some places, sure.
These
a lot of them, other places will give you like who knows, pretzels at a bar, whatever. So this guy said something, and he said, I forget what the fuck it was called. It's on my phone right now, and someone else can correct me if they're from that area. But sat there, ordered food, and he said, "Hey guys, do you want pickles and peppers?" And I'm like, "What the hell is that?" Like, because he made it sound like it was common. Like, hey, you want chips while you're waiting?
Yeah.
But this was like, you want pickles and peppers or pickle pepper. I forget what the fuck he said.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is that? He's like, oh, well, while you're waiting for food, we give everybody an assortment. We have like different kind of pickles and these pickled peppers we put in like this big bowl, and you can munch on them while you're waiting. And I was like, well, fuck yeah, I want that. I was like, I've never heard of that ever before. I was like, yeah, it's pretty standard out in here. We do it multiple bars around. It's just something like while you're eating food. It's kind of a tradition.
Sounds like we need to get into the pickle racket is what it sounds
like. Of course. Well, he brought them out, and dude, hogs of fucking, a pile of fucking different kind of pickles.
A Peter's piled picker pipers.
But the peppers in there, dude, are really good, man. Like there's like jalapenos, and there was just like little baby like bananas and some other thing. Oh, and what's the ones you get from like Italian restaurants? It'd be like pepperoncinis. Yeah. Those are in there. It was super good. That's basically the end of that. So end that evening, walk back. Got, a couple beers in us, just enough to relax and then wind down. We didn't do anything the rest of the night.
Yeah, it's a travel day. It's a wash. Yep. I'm kind of here to get my bearings and
eat food, go to bed.
Have a couple beers.
Next day.
Yeah.
Was the best day of the entire trip. Okay. But also, we were there for 2 more days after that.
That sound not so good.
Yeah.
We're going from extreme highs to extreme lows here, people. Yeah. This is the whole human experience right here.
Yes.
If you haven't realized that already.
Yes. So we wake up, and I'm kind of like, what do I do with myself? I'm normally, at home trying to fix something, clean something,
There's always
go to work. Yeah. So I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah.
At this point. And Jacqueline's like, well, she's getting ready. Like, we're going to just do something. And she's just like, just fucking pick something because I don't care. Like she knows how to relax, I think, more than I do.
Sometimes you just gotta. I'm planning this vacation and you're along for the ride.
Yeah,
or you're not. You can hang out at home.
Whatever you want. You can just stay in the hotel the whole time if you want to. It's a vacation.
Have a couple beers.
Yeah,
a little bath day, whatever you want to do.
I felt compelled to go explore a little bit.
Well, it's cool over there, but we'll
get into it. Yeah. So. The trailhead for the Appalachian Trail.
You did go hiking. I did see that.
Very, very little. I didn't actually hike, if you will.
You kind of walked around.
Yeah.
Technically, it is a trail.
It is. And actually, as a matter of fact, it starts in, it doesn't start or end, but it goes from Georgia to Maine.
Yeah. Well, it's Maine to Georgia is how you do it, but yeah.
Okay. Well, I've never, and I probably won't. That's a hell of a hike.
It's on my bucket list, dude.
If you want to do it,
same thing with the, there's.
We got to train for it.
There's one that, no. I'll be fine, but you probably do.
I'll train for it.
There's one that goes through like the Sierras in California, like the Rockies.
Oh yeah,
I can't remember. Great Pacific Trail.
Okay, cool.
It is, but so same idea.
Same idea. East versus West Coast.
So what we should do, we'll talk about it later. But
yeah.
I don't want to distract from the story because I could get off on a big tangent.
No, for sure. Either way,
huge trail hiking. It takes about
6 months,
6 to 8 months.
Yeah.
For the average person, and that's taking your time
and having the right gear packed and knowing where to stop and all that.
So this is what famous thing, not the
no
on the Appalachian Trail is, or any trail. Like you get a couple miles in from the start, you see like people like, yeah, I'm ditching this. Like there's a lot of like thrift stores and stuff that have a lot of nice camping shit.
Oh really? Because they don't want to carry it anymore.
You can't.
You just can't do it.
It's you got to save the ounces, like literally. You got to weigh it, like it's crazy. If you're actually really going to do it.
Yeah, we should look into. I knew someone that did it. A friend that I went to high school with. But
there's one we can do here that's a lot less intense.
I'm cool with that. But start with that one.
Yeah, and it's like a weekend thing. But yeah.
No, we went there. So the trailhead is past East Stroudsburg a little bit. It was only like 10 minute drive from where we were staying, and nice parking area. It's a national.
What mountain range do they call that?
Poconos. Just Poconos. Sorry. That's the Pocono Mountains. Even though it's part of the Appalachian Mountain, it's still the range itself. You would call it like the finger or whatever comes out of that mountain range is called the Poconos. A lot of skiing and whatnot that goes on in that town.
Technically, the highest point in Pennsylvania is out there.
True, actually, and I was on it because I drove on it. I took a picture of it too.
I got a good story about that, but yeah,
the highest point.
Oh yeah,
okay, yeah, and it's actually not that high. It's like 2250 or something. I'll check it and verify, but that's about what it is.
I think it's like 32.
No, it said, oh, you know what? No, I'm sorry. You might be right because
I think it's around 32.
I was on the highest point on Interstate 80. They have a sign for that too. It was like 2250.
All the way across the country. So you're going to have to be a little more specific.
That's what it said. The highest point. Well, we'll verify the picture. So anyways,
I might check out the lookout tonight.
Yeah, I think we will. That's the highest point in my neighborhood.
That's the highest point in the neighborhood.
So we got to the Appalachian Trail there, and Jacqueline doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
You know, and that's okay. You know, it's just another thing.
To.
Yep. No, but I wanted to. It was just something I wanted to see and actually put my feet on it because I've never been on the Appalachian Trail at all.
Ken did get barefoot. There's some pictures on our OnlyFans if you guys are.
Oh, I was bare dicked. I was everything.
Well, I wasn't going to say that. Now we're losing fans, but it was more of a foot angle, but okay.
Excuse me. So I get up, and actually, this trailhead is a very steep stone climb. I sent you a picture, way up in there.
What elevation change?
Oh, from the start to where you get up, like on the trail.
Any trail is rated by, elevation change and.
Oh, length. So I took a picture of, like in the state parks, they always put the thing right in front of the trailhead. That'll tell you it on there. I don't have that data for you right now.
I'm just curious,
but I'll show you.
That's how my brain works.
Yeah. I doubt I walked.
You probably walked 2 miles.
No.
Well, I'm saying there and back.
No. Well,
you didn't walk a mile in.
I think I would say No, because I just wanted to. I wanted to get.
I just wanted to
get there.
Dip my toe. I just wanted to put my foot on the trail, and then I'm
probably quarter mile.
Sad, but
well, listen, man. Jacqueline didn't want to do it.
Yeah,
I went without her.
She doesn't have a gun. I get it.
Yeah. So it was not a far distance, and it was just something to say I saw it, and take a couple pictures, and one day maybe I'll do a little more. So
we will.
Yeah, of course.
We will.
I got back in the car, went back. By that time, I had a couple roadies. We're just starting our vacation a little bit. No. Well, I wasn't driving, so.
Oh, yeah, then it's cool. Very base, but.
It's cool. Got back to the hotel, and I said, look, or Jacqueline actually, I think, suggested it. She said, there's tons of wineries, there's tons of breweries, and they're all like within 3 blocks of the hotel.
What do you... Just take me there. You don't have to say anything. Just pick one. And
we went back to the hotel. We readied ourselves, got back out, started at the furthest one away. Started walking back. Okay. So we hit up.
Smart.
Oh yeah, it was great. So we hit each one. We only had one drink in each one.
Yeah. Well, that's all you need if there's 5 or 6 on your way back.
Fucking nutty. It was so much fun. Got to talk to a lot of cool people. Went to this one brewing place.
Did you have any merch on or what?
No, I didn't buy anything.
No, did you?
I had the YINZBOYZ merch on the entire time.
That's what I'm saying.
The entire
time. Represent the brand, guy. Come on.
Absolutely, the entire time. And I had a lot of people looking.
We're paying for the trademark. We gotta use it.
Right, of course. Well, I had multiple bartenders and servers and whatnot look at me and then look down. They're trying to Yins, and they're like, you're kind of on the wrong side of the state. I don't think they knew what it was.
Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Is what they said.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, here's my gun.
Yeah.
I don't really care about sports.
Here's my bird.
Yeah, it doesn't quit.
Right.
I can assure you it does not quit.
Right. So whatever. We're going to these couple places. One notable place I will say though is a brewery that's out there. I think it's called.
You can plug it. It's fine.
Yeah, I can't remember the name, but it's something about something. Jacqueline can correct this for me. It's Creek. Something. Rough Creek, something Flowing Creek. I don't know.
Bareback Creek.
Bareback buses. Bronco bucking Creek.
I just want to see Tom Brady kiss his kid. That's what I'm
right in the mouth.
Yeah, if I'm talking sports, that's what I'm into.
Yep, of course. But
maybe a little Cristiano Ronaldo. But other than that,
met a couple of New Yorkers.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. Yeah, everybody. Tom Brady. Everybody. A couple of New Yorkers that was at this brewery, right?
And nasty guys.
Oh, nasty accent. But we get to talking, bullshitting.
What part of New York?
I don't know. Very strong. I'd say Brooklyn type accent.
Because there's a big
This wasn't New York State. They were New York City.
Yeah. But New York, it's a big fucking place, dude. There's a difference between growing up in
they were big
Manhattan and Queens.
You're right.
And the Bronx.
You're right.
A lot of differences.
They sounded Bronxy. But they're big, fat, white guys. Okay. Italians, definitely.
Definitely.
But one had a faux hawk beard. The other one was balding with a big beard. Okay. And then the only reason I interjected, because I'm a pretty social butterfly, especially when we're out. Yeah. But I'm not going to interject if there's nothing we can BS or talk about or whatever. So I hear them talking about guns. They're we got to stop over at the sports store across the street, get some ammo while we're here, because I guess it's cheaper than in New York.
Yeah, there's probably a tax or some other bullshit.
Yeah, right.
Associated, yeah.
So BS, and I was like, oh, is there any good gun shops or stuff around? You know, like, oh, they're like, bro, right across the street. I forget the name of it, whatever. I'll tell you about them after as I went in. But go in there, they got the best ammo prices around. It really wasn't.
Yeah, well, they're probably like
they're coming from New York.
Boomers from New York that have never heard of. I'm going to make a plug. Ammoseek.com.
Yeah.
Literally a search engine that scours the internet for the cheapest.
It's an engine. Yeah. Yeah. You can't beat it.
It's
you physically can't.
I can't. I don't. It aggregates results for me, so I don't have to take the time to
exactly.
do shit. But anyways, they're boomers. They don't understand.
So good talking about guns.
They don't shoot that much, is what it is.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But, and they were. So I was talking. Jacqueline was kind of like interjecting a little because she was talking to the bartender. She was super nice. All this. And they eventually were like, well, where are you from? You know, because they could tell, like, we just weren't from the area.
Where are you from?
You obviously don't know this gun store.
Where are you from, guy?
Yeah, then they said they're from New York, you know.
Okay, yeah, not here.
And I was like, we're from out west, like north of Pittsburgh, you know. And they're like, oh, no shit. They're like anywhere near, like, Butler. And I was like, kind of, you know. We're like, we go out there every single year for Bantam. They're like, they're both heavy Jeep guys that make the trip from New York City all the way out to Bantam. Yeah, oh, yeah. So they were like, you know, there's a speakeasy in Butler. And I'm like,
probably
nothing aware of it. They're like, I'll tell you exactly where it is. That's not, you can't Google search it or whatever, but if you walk into this bank and the actual bank's closed down the portion of it, but if you walk in and then you like knock on this door, you go down in the basement. So you and I are gonna have to hit that up. I have the name of it here.
I'm not doing any gay shit. I'll blast if
gay.
If anybody proposes any gay shit.
Well, of course, yeah.
I'll leave and let you take care of it. But like, you don't let that. I don't want to see anything. 'Cause
there'd be no gay.
You know how I get. Well, no, but you're gay. But like, you know how you know.
Yeah. Well, what they were saying was they tried to do it like for real because they serve proper cocktails. You know, doing like Manhattans and whatever the other ones are, martinis.
I don't know all the lingo. Like I'm not on the grind. Like I don't. You know, you're like a plenty of ham type of guy. You know, but
no, I don't.
Yeah, like I said, it's fine.
So, anyways, got to talk to them.
Yeah.
And said our goodbyes after everything's said and done. And I said,
you tell them to listen to the podcast?
No, I didn't mention it. Well,
I didn't never came up.
They recognized me they already listened.
Probably, I believe it.
But so get out there, and I said, Jacqueline, can we go across the street in the gun store? And she's like, I don't give a shit.
So this was during the day then?
It was, yeah. Still, at this point, it was like lunchtime. Mm-hmm. And get in there. It's a huge place, and I thought it's a city like South Side, right? So it's just like one little storefront. But they bought
an old small town, but
they bought the blocks of all the houses connected, so they're all interconnected
it's
inside.
Still a small town, but it's like any downtown in any borough or
of course
in Pennsylvania. But you know,
so that's what they did. They bought all the connecting the houses that touched, and they blew out the walls.
Probably bought like 4 of the houses.
Yeah.
Or buildings, quote unquote.
So like one's all guns, one house, if you will, like guns and knives. Next one's all like men's Carhartt hunting gear, all this stuff. And the next one's all women's stuff. It was really cool. It was a huge facility.
They cornered the denim market.
They sure did. They sure did.
That's what it sounds like.
So I walked in there and talking. They're in class 3 over there. So
they have a kiosk or what?
No. So I'll get to that. So I was talking and saying like, oh, you guys are class 3. Like, where's your suppressors? I was over here. And then some big Irish dude, like off the boat. I guess he's been, I don't know, in the country a couple odd years.
Allegedly.
But he works there, and he got to talking. We started talking about class 3 NFA stuff. And I'm like, it's bullshit. We have to wait. And he's like, yeah, if I were you, we're only long form right now. Our kiosk is coming in 2 weeks. If you want to stop back. And I was like, I probably won't. You know?
It's not I probably won't. It's I won't.
I won't.
I'm not going to give a Derek answer.
Yeah, but I was being nice, you know what I mean? In the storefront talk. And I spent probably half hour talking to this Irish guy, really thick accent. He's like, back in my country, we had
suppressors are completely legal in almost all Europe.
Well, yes, but this is how we got on the conversation. He said, everyone was allowed to have guns in Ireland, and we were able to do all this stuff. And then just up until recently, there was a school shooting, he said, and he said they took everything. The only people that are allowed to have guns over there, he called it a special name. You have to get this special permit. Basically, if you have a farm or
sounds
if you have something.
Sounds a lot like what happened in New Zealand.
Yeah, exactly.
Just saying.
But he got onto that whole tangent. He's like, I'm glad I'm in the United States now, blah, blah, blah. But to get to your point, we had suppressors when we were allowed to freely go and have our right to have these guns and whatnot. They were in blister packs on the shelf because you bought the gun. Like
in Europe, it's almost
they encouraged it.
Yeah, it's encouraged that if you so most people have a bolt action rifle.
Yep.
That if I'm going to hunt something, like I want a suppressor on it. It's better for everybody.
Yep, the user,
myself.
And the people around.
It's really myself, because if you've never shot a gun, it's loud.
Of course,
an unsuppressed firearm is very loud.
Of course, yeah.
But I don't want to digress from the story. But
no, yeah.
So you and this big Irishman, like he sucked you, and then you probably I don't know what happened, but yeah.
That. But
basically that, yeah.
So then the other worker was sitting there, like, listening to us BS and whatnot, and he's like, oh, cool, you like suppressors and whatnot.
No, I don't like them. I have them, and I love them.
Well, that's what he said. He's like, well, what do you like? And I said, well, I have the Dead Air Sandman S, and I have a 22 Guardian, and he's like, really, the Sandman S? He's like, tell me about it. I've been thinking about it for a long time.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know. He works at the store, too. I guess they get a discount.
What are you talking about, dude? Just buy one.
He has other ones, but he's been like leery. And it's like, dog, the Sandman S, first of all, is the 30 bore, right?
30 cal, yeah.
Yeah. So switch it back and forth. Don't let your friends talk you out of it because of 2 decibels,
Well, no, so people don't understand, not to offend anybody on the internet, but there's a difference between a decibel meter and what it sounds like to the human ear.
Of course, and the temperature outside.
Well, that's a big factor.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've discussed this before, but I remember there was a gun that we've shot that's very subsonic in anything over 32 degrees.
Yep.
And under 32 degrees, though,
it's loud as fuck.
It's exactly.
Yep. It's sound barrier breaking. It works in the same fashion too.
There's a lot
speed, altitude, temperature.
There's a lot of variables that go into it that people don't understand, but it's neither here nor there. It's
True.
a great can.
So that's what I told him. I said, "Hey, man, I don't work for Dead Air, and this is not like
I will. Plug, I'll give a plug to
sure.
Mike, but
sure.
You don't know him, but I
know him personally.
I've met him a couple times. It's not a big deal.
I said, listen, man, the Inconel baffle is sealed. This thing will handle high pressure.
It's full Inconel.
Yeah.
And then I think it's a stainless sleeve, but full Inconel baffle stack.
I've run it on binary trigger. It handles it just fine.
I have more rounds on mine through yours than yours.
No, you're right. Do you have yours? Did you try yours with the binary
all the time?
So it's fucking great then, right? It works good.
It's not a problem.
Yeah, it's not an issue. So he was like, "Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. I'm gonna honestly probably move forward. I don't know if he's in a different like clique of friends and gun group, and they're like they're gay about this or that. But I was like, just suck it up, take it with a grain of salt. Just go get a fucking Dead Air. Like they were basically contracted, I think, for some time for the military. Not anymore.
That's Surefire and B&T, and there's.
But I thought Dead Air had the contract for a little bit.
Maybe for something, I don't know.
Not anymore. But
it's like I said, it's Surefire. I think has all the military contracts. If I recall, I could be very wrong.
Yeah, and so could I. I don't keep up on that. But
Surefire, I think, is the go-to if you want to.
But bro, chemo first of all for the Dead Air is worth it alone.
That is the thing, is what's the best mounting system? Like it doesn't matter. Like there's no amount of vol. Like it's really when a suppressor comes down to the amount of gas or blowback you get, back pressure essentially, and what's the mounting system and how quiet is like the third on the list.
Right.
Of things that I give a shit about.
Sure. And suck up those couple decibels because you're going to basically get the same result on all weapons you put it on for the most part.
You're not. I mean, you're going to be able to tell a difference, but it's not anything that you're going to say.
Yeah,
this was worth
or your enemy or wherever. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It'll be just fine. So, anyways, got out of there. Kept trying to get me to buy some stuff. I was looking for a mark out there. They had a couple used marks, but nothing that was
Ruger 22s.
Yeah, they weren't threaded. So I would have bought one out there if the prices were right. They had a Mark IV for like $350.
Not worth it, almost worth it, because you can buy a different upper.
Oh, okay.
Technically, the upper on that gun is the firearm itself.
Interesting.
The frame is not, but because I want to get like a really stubby one.
Sure, yeah, that'd be cool.
Just thread the suppressor on. It's like a 1.25 inch barrel.
Very sweet.
And then it's the same profile as like the regular gun it.
Oh, yeah. Well, either way, I've been looking for one in the worst way that's the right price, too. And
Mark,
like I said,
Mark IV in the right price. Yeah.
$350 for a Mark IV, very fair. If it was threaded, it'd be with me right now, but it wasn't. I'm not dealing with that. So, actually, that gun, you can't even have it threaded. The way it's designed, it wouldn't. I don't think it would thread.
It depends. You can, well, like I said, swap the upper or get somebody to cut it and thread it.
Yeah, I'll just buy, because I bet I can get a threaded Mark IV for $400 locally.
Used, maybe.
Well, this was used too, but yeah.
But
so, like, for $50 of my time, I'd rather just have it ready to go.
I agree.
So I left anyways. I didn't buy the ammo. Ammo was not priced accordingly, like they said.
Yeah. Like I said, standard boomer stuff, dude.
Yeah,
buy everything online. But
local, he may have been correct. But so we left there. Kept hitting the breweries, the wineries, getting some food here and there. Stopped another Irish. There's 2 Irish bars in this town.
Not surprised, but
and there's a fucking Irish man over there that's like literally. I was like, what the fuck's going on here? So whatever, we get some food. This is Friday, mind you. So whatever, do our thing. Come back to the hotel room, smash, whatever. Towards the end of the night, go to bed. Wake up, not feeling great, but you know what I mean. What do you expect? Like we're on vacation.
Whole day of getting smashed.
Yeah, it was a lot of good memories. It was fun. Mm-hmm. So what are we doing today? She says, I don't know. I don't know either. This is Saturday morning. So I said, well, let's go get some breakfast, man. Like, let's just, like, we're on vacation, spend some money. Let's go out and actually have someone cook for us for a change. And we go to the Irish joint across the place. I'm not going to plug them, but either way, I had the same Irish joint the day before, different meal, but yeah. So I was like, I'm going full Irish breakfast this time. Jack was like, don't do it.
It's a full English, but yeah.
Oh, I mean, you have fucking. So it's bangers.
It was a joke, dude. But yeah,
bangers, mash,
yeah.
Blood pudding, white pudding, eggs, toast. I mean, it's rashers. So like it was a real Irish breakfast, real fucking good. Smash the fuck out of it. But I'm still kind of nursing a little bit of a hangover. You know, it's just from the day before. We're still trying to decide, do we want to go to the comedy show this night? There was a dude who was out there. Glad we didn't. But so we're just fucking around. Jacqueline, I said, Jacqueline, I'm going to sit in the room for a little bit, hang out. You know, you go do some little shopping. She went to a bookstore, some things out there. Mm-hmm. And whatever. We get back, meet back in the hotel midday. And like, what were we going to do? Let's start, I don't know, have a couple drinks, right? Because we're going to go.
What else?
Yeah,
what else?
We're on vacation.
What else would I do?
We'll go explore a couple other places out here. I saw there was a smoke shop. We'll go get a couple lottery tickets and cigars. And I'm sure you saw the snap. I grabbed a couple cigars. So did that. And then we're like, well, we just guess we're having a lazy day. We still have, another 2 fucking days. Like, let's just have this lazy one. Go to bed. And I wake up about 11.
The next day, yeah.
PM.
A PM?
Yeah.
Okay.
Vomit profusely. I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck?
I've been poisoned by my constituents.
Yeah. I thought I was like just too drunk.
Yeah. I would think the same thing.
Yeah.
Personally.
Wasn't. But half hour later, vomit. Half hour later, vomit. Half hour later, bro.
It's going to come out of your ass at some point in time.
It sure did.
Yes.
I threw up 16 times from 11 p.m. to 4 a.m.
I hope you were drinking water.
I tried. I
can't
literally
keep it down,
cannot.
But I hope you tried.
I was probably the illest, and I've had COVID, the illest I've ever been in my entire life. Oh.
Yeah, for sure. It's great to be. I mean, it's hip to be a square.
I was throwing up bile and blood. I'm dead serious. All of it's left inside me.
I'm not excreting anything. I'm sucking things out of me to throw up.
Yeah.
It's not something I put inside of me. It's something that's
was so bad
out of my body.
I think it was the uncooked blood sausage or the blood pudding rather. Doesn't matter.
I've never wanted to say this on camera, but I don't think you're. Yeah, I have a cast iron stomach. You obviously have some sort of Teflon, like Jeff Bezos.
No,
build.
No, because bro, I've eaten more blood pudding than you probably ever eaten in your life.
No, because I'm straight German and Irish, and that's literally.
Jacqueline worked at Irish place for a long time.
Yeah. Oh, Jacqueline worked there. Yeah, but
and I ate it.
My ancestors never had anything of the sort because we're Slovakian, and it's we would never eat something like that.
Disgusting slop.
Like an off-brand Mongolian over here trying to tell me about blood pudding, but
very good. But I don't think it was good. Actually, I don't think it was cooked properly.
Well, yeah. Something was off. I'm not disagreeing, but
Jacqueline's basically sleeping through it. She was up for a portion of it.
Yeah,
and
she thought you were just being a bitch.
The hotel neighbors did not like it. I'm sure they fucking heard it. I'm a loud vomiter too.
Well, oh yeah. Well, but he's quick. I mean, he's on his feet right after too.
Oh yeah, and I'll do it every time. But every half hour is vomiting.
I've seen it.
I was worried about my esophagus because it was so burned.
It gets burned up, dude.
Terrible. All that bile. Yep. Mm-hmm. So finally, 4 a.m. was my last vomit for the night. I felt relieved. My balls stunk. They were really very enlarged.
Very cheesy.
No, dude. Like actually, I think there was something wrong too.
I think there was something.
I had a fever too, and my balls were super huge. And they're not. Just so you know, they're big.
There's nothing ever about your genitals would be the verbiage. Huge would never be.
Each one was about like bigger than a golf ball.
That's pretty big. That's
for me,
pretty big. That's huge. What I'm saying. That's pretty big.
And it made my cock look like a fucking blade of grass.
Well, it was sitting up. I mean, it was resting on these beautiful pillows. You know?
So I beat him up a little bit just to see how it felt.
Well,
to have big balls.
I'm sure Jacqueline inspected them. You know, made sure it was okay. She made sure. You know, that's her investment. You know,
I wouldn't let them. They were sensitive and huge, but either way, it doesn't matter. It all went back to normal. They're inside me again. But either way, they fucking. I finally had told her the next day. I was like, "We're going home. Like we're checking out. I got to get out of here." I was like, "Can you run out to the CVS when they open? I need boom, 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 like Dramamine and all this shit. Because I'm gonna be in the car for
everything
4 or 5 hours. Like I'm not gonna make it." Mm-hmm. So I get all kind of drugs from there and drugged me up with enough to get me home. I fucking slept. Got home. Kid came over. I laid in bed. That's all I did was sleep. Next day, I didn't actually fully recover until Tuesday.
Damn, dude.
And this was Saturday. It was the worst, and I attribute it to like a food poisoning. But it was awful, man. Like it was the sickest. I don't mean to sound like a bitch, but I haven't even had. I've had days where I felt ill from eating something or drank too much or been COVID for that matter. This was
you were roofied one time.
I think this is worse than the roofie.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, the roofie was kind of fun, actually.
I've seen you at a very low point. I've seen you at multiple low points.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
If you say you were sick, I believe it.
Yeah, it's bad, man.
You're not a guy to shy away from a little inconvenience of health.
No, because I'll keep moving forward, keep pushing forward. I couldn't push this one.
I've seen him push all night. I've seen him. It's 8:00. This dude vomits in the middle of the street in Erie, Pennsylvania, and he does a cartwheel, and it's just we're on to the next bar. Yeah,
let's go.
Let's do it. I'm like, are you okay, dude? And it's
no. Why would you ask?
Like I said, it carries a lot of weight when you say you're sick.
Yeah, man, and I'm glad you say that.
Same thing. It's. I'm not going to tell you I'm sick unless I can't come over.
Yeah, oh yeah.
If I'm sort of kind of sick, like
not feeling it, yeah.
I'm not going to be a bitch. I'm coming over.
Of course, I get it. Yeah. So that concludes the trip. Came home. We had other plans with Sadie and whatnot. Couldn't finish those. It was a whole ordeal. But I'm glad I'm back, and I didn't drink even a beer since then. This is the first day I've started drinking again.
Well, cheers.
Cheers. I couldn't do it, man, because there was something about even the feeling I'd get from alcohol and food, bro.
Everything.
I didn't eat anything since.
I'm sure the problem is they ruined blood sausage for you, essentially.
They did, because I want it again, but I'm probably going to be very leery.
I think if it's in sausage format and you're kind of not aware of what's going on, you're going to eat it.
Possibly. So as far as food, I was down, by the way, 7 pounds, just so you know, after that too.
That's pretty, cash money.
I'll probably have it back today.
People would pay for that,
Oh, they do. Bulimia. I had a good start on bulimia, but
I had a head start.
Yeah. So down 7 pounds from that. It may be back now by then. Just telling you about the sickness itself.
Oh yeah.
And then I haven't eaten. I won't eat a fucking like a burger I haven't eaten bread. Like, I'm afraid of, like, maybe because I'm associating all these takeout foods and everything I was eating.
You're paranoid.
I don't feel good right now. So I've been eating salads and fucking like straight meats and stuff. It will probably change tonight because I need some food in me personally. We haven't eaten all day.
I mean, I personally haven't eaten anything today.
Yeah, I had a protein shake.
A couple beers, maybe a mixed drink, but
sure.
A couple, probably a muskie or two, but I didn't want to say anything about it.
After this pod, I'll probably get something to eat. But we did go fish day, so that's the end of the story.
I don't want to bring it up, but
no, you should actually.
You kept talking about Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. It's honestly a beautiful part of the state.
It is. Yeah, I burned a whole podcast talking about it, but
no. It's good. It was good radio.
Yeah.
You want me to tell my Stroudsburg story?
Oh, of course.
Because I've been there, which is why it was funny when you said that.
Were you actually there?
Oh yeah.
Oh no shit.
So, like we talked about, Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, other side of Pennsylvania. It has the highest point in Pennsylvania is in Stroudsburg, East Stroudsburg, technically.
Yeah, there's technically two different towns.
What they call it, but the highest point in Pennsylvania is there. So I went there way back in the day in the Subaru.
Really?
Oh yeah, got a flat tire when we were out there. Had to camp out in the car.
Oh no!
All night outside the tire shop to in the morning get all because it was WRX. I had to get all new tires. Like this thing was fucked. Like it blew the sidewall out like done.
The same one I know, right? Okay.
Oh yeah. And so I had to sit there. I was freezing. It was so cold that night, dude. It was so funny because she packed like a whole bag.
Yeah.
And was like ready for like she was comfortable as fuck. I'm like, I'm gonna freeze to death in the back of my car. Anyways, it was a great experience. You have to be prepared.
Yes,
that's what that taught me. You have to be prepared for everything.
Did you see anything cool out there? You were more East Stroudsburg.
It was at night. It was like we were gonna go up and check it out like in the middle of the night. It was a real spontaneous thing.
Sure,
but yeah, really had to. It sucked.
Very cool old town though, and after the pod off air here, I'll show you some pictures and whatnot. Very, very cool out there.
I love the whole state of Pennsylvania is beautiful.
It is very beautiful, and
the whole state is beautiful. Yep. I prefer the center of the state, but that's
Amish country.
But then, like I don't know, man. We live in a good area.
We do, we do. Anyhow, so you brought up a point here, a little bit of a segue. We had an early start to our Saturday here.
We did start early today.
And we went up to a
certain spot.
Yeah, north of here.
Fishing spot.
Yeah, and doing a little musky fishing. We only have this week and next week to do fishing before they trout stock. We won't be allowed to fish for a brief period.
Well, don't tell them that, but we got plenty of other spots. Ken will get a muskie here.
I will. We were trying to get one. You got one today.
I didn't want to say it, but I mean, I did.
I mean, you already mentioned it earlier, so.
Well, I also posted on our Instagram, but
Already?
Yeah, but it's only a story, so I don't want people to I don't want it to be out there forever.
No.
I just want people to know, I do catch the fish.
We put two and a quarter in today, right? 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours, yeah.
But I think we probably would have stayed a little longer, but the spot got blown up. Like 600 or 700 people show up. That is not.
It's also been warm weather. It's the last couple weekends to fish there. People are going to be there. Standard procedure. If it wasn't as warm, we probably would have been the only people there. And it would have been better fishing. But it's okay.
It is what it is. I was glad to get out, and I tell everybody every time.
I'm sure you felt the fish. I know you did.
Oh, I know.
I thought a couple of times when I looked over, I was like, he's dealing with a snag, but he might have a fish.
Yeah, there was a couple of times I didn't have one hooked. 100% I did not, but I had a couple nudges.
I will say the thing that I was telling you earlier is when it's colder outside, the fish, they don't attack the bait. They grab it and sit. You're not going to be able to tell you have a fish until some differentiation of the pressure of your line.
And at that point, they may have spit it. I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah, it's possible.
But they don't really attack the bait. They grab it and sit for a second.
Normally, the muskie are pretty predatory.
Yes.
But this time of year, it's like Neil says, it could be. They could just
It feels like literally they bump into it and it's just sitting in their mouth, and you feel a little bit of something's not right, but I'm not setting the hook. I feel like I'm popping off this rock.
Yeah, and then you do that, and they just kind of I don't want it anyways. Just open up and let go.
Standard cold fishing procedure. Anybody that knows.
Good spot though. I would love to go there again. I'm sure we probably will go next weekend. Is what it sounds like. So,
or if we
last
don't,
weekend.
if we don't, I got other spots. We're gonna get you a muskie.
Yeah,
dude.
of course. Yeah,
by the end of the year, we're gonna get you a muskie.
I'm trying to broaden because most of my fishing repertoire is like largemouth, smallmouth, a little bit of trout, little
panfish.
Panfish. So
Catfish.
I'm trying to broaden that horizon. I want to get some more species under my belt, and I finally got my walleye last year, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Never caught one of those before. I got my carp. That was a big one, but it was kind of a joint effort.
I'll post that sometime because I have the picture. It's a
big carp,
probably low 20-pound carp.
Oh yeah, it was
big. It was a big fish.
It was for me the biggest fish I caught. I got some assistance from you on that one.
Well, yeah, I had to swim. I had to go swimming for.
We couldn't let it go though.
I was not gonna let.
As soon as it breached the surface, you're like, I got to get in there.
This is a whole story because we got besmirched earlier that day, and I was like, it's gonna be fine. Like you're gonna catch the biggest fish you've ever caught today. And it was, but we'll talk about that later. But it was
She's a big girl.
It was a big carp.
Oh my, that had a big suck on its mouth, dude.
I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but I mean,
it's looking like a snack.
It was ready to snack on me. Is what it was ready to do, dude. It was.
Fuck.
It was set up for it. I mean,
How was your week while I was gone?
It was pretty good. I mean, just standard work week. Like,
sure,
it's early in the season. Like, I don't know. We're coming out of year-end closure.
Sure. Probably stressful time of year.
Of course, absolutely. Probably one of the most, honestly, summertime's probably the best into fall, from a retail perspective.
Well, at least in the business.
In my business.
Yeah, my business is a little different. Yeah. We follow maintenance schedule stuff, but ours are lined up, so we're stressed right now too. So I'm kind of feeling it. I'm getting boned pretty hard right now.
This contract expires first of the year, end of January, February. Like that's just how it works. But it's all good.
Cool, man.
Yeah. I went fishing because I did catch it. I mean, we went to the same spot we went to today, and I did catch, three muskie, but I didn't want to,
I don't want to show your dick.
I only posted one. Like, I didn't want people to think like, oh, this guy's catching multiple. Like, I don't want to,
Yeah, I get it.
I didn't want to flex.
You don't want to be too proud.
Gram.
You don't want to be like that guy in England that was having a transgender book reading and then pull his dick out and play the piano with it or anything.
I was playing the piano. For sure.
In this case.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was the piano. I was being played by the muskie. And I was...
the muskie was playing your keys.
I was getting off, is what I'm saying. But it was just the spot was too blown today, is what it was.
It's okay. I still had a good time.
You saw some fish. It was, there were fish there. It's not like it was we're fishing all day. We don't catch or see anything.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, what did we, no regrets.
I've told you before that a bad day in the water is still better than a good day at work.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
It's getting outside.
That's what people that don't catch fish
okay.
say.
All right.
Well, I say it too.
Yeah.
So I say it when I don't catch them.
Yeah, but
which is rarely. But I do say it. I do say it.
Tell me it's not true.
Absolutely. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying I don't say that unless I don't catch anything.
Yeah,
but I rarely say it. Your muskie, it's coming, dude. Don't worry.
Yeah.
The fish of 10,000 cash. You maybe put in maybe 300, 400.
That's bullshit. Oh, today I was gonna say what the fuck.
You still got it. I mean, you still got 5 G's to go, dude. Unless I put you in the right spot. The thing is
you would talk about numbers again, like the last podcast, like how many pictures you have in your phone.
Yeah, well, we can. I mean, I can bring it up. I mean,
yeah, you had like 300.
Yeah, terabytes.
Terabytes.
Yeah.
Dude, that's 300 times 100. Wait, 300 times 100 would be what? That would be.
I don't know where 300 because it's the.
You said 300 terabytes, and 100 is how many gigabytes are in 1 terabyte? I said
I have plenty of terabytes
of child porn. Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, I have plenty of them. Like the memory on the computer can hold like everything. Almost. I mean, my fish picks are really stretching it. But
yeah, I hope the FBI doesn't get a hold of it. Is all I'm saying.
Well, I mean, it'd be a shame because then they'd find all my spots.
They'd find your egg-shaped penis, is what they'd find.
They wouldn't find my island though. And I got a guy. He's on a shred and spread right now. Yeah, he's taking care of me. Don't worry about it. I'll fake my death. It's not a big deal.
Smart. Smart. I do know.
Well, I mean by proxy, but yeah.
John's coming over later. We'll probably end up recording a little bit of a muster point again.
Don't tell him that. I was going to change clothes and they weren't going to know us. We're doing 2 pods in the same day.
Well, I'll change. They won't pick up on this.
No, they won't. We'll cut this.
I'm not going to cut it. It's still
funny. I'm going to forget about it.
I'm just going to take this one off.
Shut the fuck up, Tom. It's fucking Tom goes to the BMW dealership over here.
Yeah, and he bought a BMW, and
I mean,
he really likes the German engineering.
They do make some great cars.
They do. I'm still wanting a C-Class Mercedes.
Me
I don't
too.
care what anybody says.
I'm a Mercedes man. If I'm picking one of the big 3, it's
I like
Mercedes.
Just a fan, man. Like I don't know what it is. It's just it's old money, right?
Yeah,
that's the way I look at
it. I would agree with you to some degree. It's more of an E-Class type guy.
Well, E-Class, you're gonna need some of this.
Well, I got it, but
I'm thinking C-Class, which is
you want to be
entry level.
You want to be the S-Class, but like the C-Class is, kind of appealing.
C-Class is like someone who can barely afford their regular.
It's the poverty spec Mercedes. It's literally like it's a numbers game.
Yeah,
you probably sell like the C-Class. Imagine a pyramid.
Yeah.
Imagine the base of the pyramid.
It's all C-Class.
The A-Class and the C-Class. Also, they're SUVs now, the GLs and whatnot.
Okay,
like, they're very
E-Class, S-Class.
Well, E-Class is probably mid pyramid. Like that's pretty high up there. That's a step above the C-Class.
Oh, I think it's 2 steps above, isn't it?
No, because 2 steps is like you get into in my opinion, the CL and like S. That's the same platform, but that's like.
And then it tops your fucking AMGs.
Well, you can get an AMG anything. Can you
AMG C? Can you really?
A GL, you can get an AMG anything now.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, but
I want a fucking G-Wagon.
They're dummy expensive.
Can't afford it. I'll never be able to afford it.
It's literally it doesn't make sense to buy one.
Yeah. Very cool though. I saw a guy here right in this area.
Sweet. Very sweet. I would so you can
smoking a cigarette and fucking literally like with the windows open or closed and then opening it just to atch.
We've gone through this. I know I've gone through this. Is G550, which is like if it has the 5.5 in it, like ideal Mercedes.
Is that the diesel?
No, 5.5 V8. Come on, guy.
I don't know the engines. What's the diesel one?
I don't.
I thought they had a diesel.
I'm sure there is, but I don't.
I don't know.
Probably more European than the US. Anyways, G550 is what you want, and you can lift them a little bit, get like 33, 34s on it, and like be comfortably riding around.
Comfortably 11 miles to the gallon. They're probably 15.
Probably, I was going to say probably a little more because I think the 5.5s had the 5-speed, I think. But anyway,
badass.
It's still 50 G's for like a fucking used car.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense. A used SUV, I could buy a brand new 4Runner for that. That's more capable and
brand new pickup truck you can get for that. Depending on the pickup truck.
A nice used Raptor for 50 G's.
Of course, yeah.
Really nice used Raptor.
Yep. It's a shame even these numbers are coming out of our mouths because like an F-150 in 1990, brand new off the lot. I wouldn't even say baseline. A couple doodads was still like
under 10.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Probably 8 or 9.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's just fucked. The world we live in is fucked. And we'll pick up trucks alone, too, if we're going down that road because...
They're fucked regardless.
Everyone wants a pickup truck. So it's
for
demand.
No reason.
Yes,
like you definitely don't need one.
No, I don't need one.
Neither does John, but we can talk about that later, but...
Fuck. I wish... No, I shouldn't say that because I like the couple toys and the fun things that I do, but I say it in jest, but I wish I didn't have to have a pickup truck because... I can't move. I have how many trailers do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 trailers alone. Not to mention I burn wood to heat my house. So how else am I going to fucking?
Well, don't gatekeep everybody. I don't own any trailers. Don't start talking about the 18,
yes, you do.
18 to 20 you own.
Yes, you do because if you need one, you call me. You may as well own one.
Technically, the amount of equity I own in all of your estate, right. I do own multiple trailers, but I want to tell people that. I'm your financial advisor. I don't want to give them that much information. You know?
That's okay. If anybody else needs any financial services, get a hold of Neil.
No, absolutely not. This is not financial advice. It never will be. Fuck you. Give me your money, though.
Yeah, I'll take your money.
Yeah, I'll take your money.
I'll take your money.
Yeah, we got a great refund policy.
What is it?
We don't.
Oh, great policies.
Great policy.
Great policy.
It's easy. There's nothing else involved.
Oh, shit. Well, I'll tell you what, folks. We're at that hour mark here. Is there anything else you want to bring up?
I mean, I've got plenty of things I want to bring up, but
we'll hit it on the next podcast. Yeah, no big deal.
Yeah,
we got
probably
time.
next week.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Maybe.
As usual, 412-613-1116 is the hotline.
YINZBOYZ.com. YINZBOYZ on Snapchat, Instagram.
Yep.
YouTube. We have video podcasts now. You're obviously watching this.
Yep, of course.
You're watching this. If you're not, watch it. But yeah.
Hit us up, man. And I don't want to forget the intro, the outro, the beautiful outro music that's coming. Bill and Drew. Make sure you guys check them out on YouTube, Spotify, wherever else you'll download your music, because it's really good shit. And I'm super excited to play this little snippet for our outro here. So thanks, guys. We'll see you next week, and we'll go from there.
Should've pulled out, should've pulled out, should've